Have you wondered what it takes to get real estate leads? Does it seem that everybody else is getting hundreds and hundreds of leads every single month while you're struggling to get at least one? In this video, I'll share my screen with you and show you a step-by-step tutorial on how to get real estate leads using Facebook ads. Let's begin. Hey Attainment, if we're just meeting, welcome to the channel that brings actionable content to grow your business through online marketing. So if that sounds beneficial, consider subscribing. Before we jump to the computer, know that I'm making the assumption that you already have a Facebook ad account and know how to get to the ads manager. If you don't, watch the video in the description below that will get you to the exact starting point in this video. Now we're ready. Okay, welcome to my screen. Now on to get some real estate leads with Facebook ads. Today we're gonna run a lead generation campaign, which is right here. Now, I get this question quite a bit, and that question is, where do I start with Facebook ads? I know I need to start doing that for my business in order to generate some real estate leads, but where do I begin? And my answer to that is start with lead generation campaigns. I see that as the easiest entry point for you if you're wanting to get started with real estate lead generation. And the reason I say that is because you're effectively looking at making 1.5 sales. The reason I say it's 1.5 sales is half the battle, or the first battle I should say, is getting people to engage with your ad, getting people to actually click over to wherever you're redirecting the traffic, wherever you're pointing them to. So that's battle number one. And then the other battle is getting them to submit their information. And I see a lead generation campaign as half of the battle after they've already engaged, because people end up in the same Facebook ecosystem and they trust it. If you're driving traffic over to a landing page or to a website, you have to resell them. So effectively you're making 2 sales, having them engage and then selling them into giving you their information. On Facebook, it's a lot easier if you're doing that through a lead generation campaign. You engage them for that first battle, and then half of the battle is already won because Facebook allows you to create a lead form, essentially a mini landing page. That's my opinion. If you don't agree, let me know in the comment section down below what I'm missing. I welcome a healthy debate, but that's my opinion and that's my defense of it. So outside of that, let's get going. As a reminder, if you're running a housing ad or an employment ad or a credit ad, you are clicking over here telling Facebook that you're running a special ad category or ad in the special ad category, meaning that if you're running a housing ad, you are limited in your targeting, which we'll see here in a few minutes. And if this is new to you, that means that you have not run an ad in the past 2 months at this point, as this was done in the summer of 2019. So just know that those changes happen. It's okay. The opportunity is still phenomenal when it comes to Facebook ad and generating real estate leads through it. All right, so we're going to do a lead campaign, and the type of ad that we're running is list of homes. We're going to continue. Leads, lead campaign, list of homes. What are we gonna do? I think we're gonna target house hunting as an interest, and we're gonna also target, what else do we want to target? We want to target house hunting, and we're gonna target grants, first timers. All right, now for the cadence, here's what I'm following. I'm labeling the lead campaign, the ad set in the middle, and then the type of ad that I'm advertising. This way it makes it a lot easier when I'm running reports and looking at the ad set, what has been working, and then when I run reports on the ad level, I can see it all the way from beginning, from a campaign to the ad set to the actual ad. just makes it a little bit easier on myself. All right, we're going to use that Facebook page. That is fine. We're not going to use a saved audience, or not that you could, because it's the saved audience is gone away and the lookalike audience is no longer available if you're running a housing type of ad. So that's one of those changes that I was mentioning. I might as well stop here and share the rest of them. You can't target based off of zip code. The smallest radius that you can get is a 15-mile radius. So if you live in a densely populated area, you will be advertising to a good amount of people if you don't add additional interest. Speaking of interest, certain demographics are gone. In other words, pretty much all of the demographics are gone. And when it comes to income levels, familial status, anything in that regard, that is also targeting that you can no longer do. So those are, I'm gonna say the biggest changes that you've seen in the recent timeline when it comes to Facebook changes. Other changes are you can target people that are 18 and above, and that's about it. You can't target based off of age, and you can't target based off of gender. You can still target based off of language. So know that if you're targeting the Asian community or Hispanic community or what other type of community that speaks a certain language, you can still target based off of that. But as far as any other demographics that have to do with that race or whoever you're targeting, know that that is gone. All right, so for our purposes, we are going to target Dallas just to show you the densely populated example. As you can see, a 15-mile radius, which is the smallest that we can get to, is 2.7 million people. That's a lot of people. We'd need a big budget in order to get some substantive data from this ad, which we need to, instead of upping our budget, we are going to make the audience a little bit smaller so we can manage it and make decisions based off of the ads that we want to run in the future. So we're going to do, I believe we said house hunting. That's an interest. So you see on the right hand side, those are interest. Grant, first time buyer grant. And then we're going to go first time buyer. Just want to make sure that we hit all of them. Starter home. Let's do that one instead. I would rather have that one. All right, so as you can see, the reach is going to be 18,000 people. Now, that is a sizable enough audience to where you can make decisions based off of the targets that you selected. So right here, what I'm doing is creating more of a split test, creating something that I can measure in a week. So within a week, if I haven't gotten any leads, then there's an issue. Then I know that I can discard this audience and then work on another audience, assuming that I've already tested my ad copy, which in this case, the one that I'm going to provide to you, I have beyond tested this ad copy, which I know it works. So I just need to place it in front of the right target audience and it will run. All right, we're going to edit our placements. We're going to do the feeds. We're going to keep the stories. That's fine. We're going to get rid of the in-streams. We're going to get rid of the articles. We want all the mobile ads. We're optimizing for leads, of course. Daily budget, $20 for 18,000. That's actually a little bit overkill, but I want my answers quickly. So if I don't get any leads in the next 24 hours, then I know that this is not the right audience for me. Or yes, I know that this ad is working, so maybe I'll split test another ad. Although, I mean, I have full faith in this ad. So yeah, I'm just going to use another audience. And this is how you split test. You have to invest in order to see what's working specifically in your market. So whenever I'm running ads in Chicago, New York, Miami, LA, they're just different. They're different markets. So you just want to play around with it. All right, at the bottom, as you can see, they're telling us that the ad set may get 0 leads. And I can safely say that that is incorrect. That is what you're going to receive mostly whenever you exclude some audiences. That's the notification that you're going to get. So don't necessarily worry about that. Trust the process and keep it going. Now, one quick favor before continuing, please be sure to hit the like button so this video's reach is magnified and others benefit. I want to remind you that our potential reach is 18,000, which is relatively small. And the daily budget that I have is a little bit larger than what you're used to for that size of an audience. So I need answers within the next 24 hours, and I'll get those answers. If I'm seeing leads, it's working, meaning the audience that I'm targeting is being responsive to my ads. If I'm not getting leads, then I need to make adjustments. There's no need for you to wait weeks in order for this to work. It should be working almost instantaneously if you're doing some of the strategies that I'm sharing with you. All right, so I went back and I copied that so I didn't have to rewrite it. What we're gonna do is just pull an image, which I would suggest a video, but I don't have one readily available. Okay, come over here, and I'll explain the ad a little bit. All right, so this is a list of homes under a certain price. Now, I'm calling out renters in this regard. I'm trying to segment the audience that I've already called out. I've already segmented them in such a way, but I still want to call out those people that are renting. So I'm going for home buyers. You know, are you tired of making your landlord's mortgage payment? I'm being consistent with the audience that I called out at the beginning. You might as well make that same rental payment for your own mortgage. Oftentimes, the mortgage payment is even lower than what you pay in rent. Depending on the market, that is the case. So there's a market that, specifically the Dallas market, that is often the case that a mortgage payment, depending on the down payment, as you know, as a real estate professional, that the mortgage payment is actually lower than the rent. So that makes it tangible for the people that are renting. Now, here's a list of homes under X, Y, and Z. Now, the question that I get the most often whenever I share this particular ad copy is what goes in that, what goes in this field. And what I suggest is go about 10% above the median sales price. You can go the sales price of the area, but I like to go 10% above. That's just a personal preference. You can certainly do the median sales price, but certainly use a range that you're comfortable working with. Meaning when they reach out, you're comfortable working with the individuals that are looking for that price point. All right, so access that list. Again, this is a template. I'm showing this as an example. I'm not going to necessarily hit confirm and run this. I just want to give you all of the steps in order for you to run. And if you want this exact verbiage, you can copy it off the screen as I'm talking, or pause the video, or just let me know in the comment section down below, and I'll just shoot you the copy. So it's a copy and paste template for you. All right. We're going to do the headline here and then the description, which you're going to see pre-populated over here. Now remember this little bar. You can see what the ad is going to actually look like. You can see it in stories, you can see it in Instagram, you can see it wherever. So don't forget that you have the capability to look at the preview. It used to be up here, but now it's on this vertical plane. And if something doesn't look right, just start playing around with the spacing over here until you get it how you want to see it. We're gonna do learn more. We're gonna create a new form real quick just so you see it. New form. I like to go to settings and I like to open it up so your ad can be shared and anyone could submit this form. I get a little bit of organic traffic from that, so that's what I do. More volume versus higher intent. I like to get more leads than the actual higher intent. Go to intro. list of homes. Always use the image from your ad. That way you're not confusing people. It goes back to that making that second sale a lot easier. Now, this is the great benefit of Facebook lead campaigns, where you keep people in that Facebook ecosystem and not having to worry about your landing page. Are the words correct? Is the image correct? And all this other stuff. So here it's a little bit easier. Yes, you have to worry about the words that you're saying, but at the same time, you're within that Facebook bubble where people that click here are okay being it. I'm just gonna copy this, but know that the form doesn't work too well, or just doesn't get along with the emoji, so I would delete those if I were you. Keeping the same message. Questions. Let me move the full name up. I want their phone number. Privacy policy. Now, if you don't have a privacy policy, there are plenty of templates over on, just Google search them, and you can incorporate that into your own. For our sake, since I didn't prepare that, I'm just gonna put my website. Thanks, you're all set. Your list of homes has been sent, to your email. Now, what you're seeing here is that second page of the form. So think of it as your confirmation page. Think of it as that thank you page if this was a traditional sales funnel or landing page, squeeze page, whatever you want to call it. Here you're confirming that their information has been received, and what I'm effectively saying is your list of homes has been sent to your email. The reason I'm calling that out is because I want them to go and check out their email. And the reason that I won't be delivering that list of homes, even though it's a hyperlink, which I could very easily include here, the reason I'm not doing that is because if they gave me an incorrect email, then they're not going to get what I promised them. So it's an equitable exchange. I promise this, and in return, they're supposed to give me their contact information. They didn't hold up their end of the deal, so I'm not going to hold up my promise to them. So it's a fair exchange. All right, view website. Check out homes. I'm not saying that it's the actual homes that I promised them. I'm just going to invite them to my website. Then you finish. Make sure that your Facebook pixel is off and firing. Don't worry about offline events. And then there's a confirm button right down there. And that's all there is to it. Now remember, if you found value today, please be sure to hit the subscribe button so we can talk again soon.